Hello, everyone. Welcome to Late Night Talks Part 3. Today we're going to be talking about my relationship that I've had, the one that I've mentioned in my last video, Late Night Talks 2. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this relationship happened back in August. In August, I met this girl. Her name was, and God, it sickens me to say it, but her name was Kaylee. Kaylee was someone who I really reasoned, and I kind of could understand her in a way I didn't know I could understand anyone, which gave me goosebumps as, a naive guy such as myself. As such, I was, at least. Well, so we started talking. We kicked it off almost immediately. And we really enjoyed our time together. I think after only the third day, I've already asked her out. And, well, after she said yes, and we genuinely, kicked it off right almost immediately, and it was actually going really great at first. The honeymoon phase, all those feelings that you just wanted to feel for so long, wanting to have someone for you and with you, and you finally feel it, and it's like amazing. You feel like you don't want to let go of that feeling. And me and her kind of had this chemistry that I wouldn't say toxic, but I would say that it was unhealthy for a first relationship. Because that was my first ever relationship. And now looking back at it, I don't think I was ready to have that. So I kind of just I didn't know what to expect, because it was my first time ever doing something like this. And it was kind of confusing at first, how first relationships are. But I was also kind of thrilled. The thrill of having someone by your side, no matter what, always, was kind of nice, I have to say. And while basically everything was going relatively well, after around 2 weeks, I decided to introduce her to one of my best friends that I had at the time. His name was Ariel. And I really hate calling him my best friend now because of how he betrayed me. And I will explain what I'm talking about right now. So, I introduced them to each other, and everything went well. Surprisingly, a little too well. And after some time, we played together. Sometimes we hung out together. We did all sorts of stuff. And at first, also all my friends told me that it could never work, because of the conditions that were back then. And so I didn't know what to do, but I knew that I'm not going to listen to them because I was happy. Finally, actually happy after I've had a really dark episode. But then I decided to become really stupid and miss all the signs that were given to me. And by that, I mean Ariel and Kaylee both got really, really close. A little too close for a guy's best friend and his girlfriend. And Just to know, me and her and my best friend, me and my best friend had the same first language, but she did not have the same first language as us. So one night I was hanging out with my best friend because at that point he started to like give me just faint signs of liking somebody and wanting to impress them. And so he started meeting up with me way more often than usual because before I even got a girlfriend, he would barely ever speak to a woman, that's one. And second, I would need to convince him for an hour straight to come out of his house, of his cave, just for him to say no. And so him asking me to hang out and to give him workout ideas because he wanted to impress somebody was really, really weird to me. But I kind of just brushed it off, thinking maybe he finally likes someone. And I was happy for him. And so I gladly helped him. But that was only after I started getting together and he got to know my girlfriend. And so one night we were just sitting, just in a park. And suddenly he blurts out, I started learning Kaylee's first language on Duolingo. Because, like, I want to try and get, like, closer to her. And so at first I was like, well, before he said the part that he said he wanted to get close to her, I was like, well, that's nice. It's always good to know more stuff. So sure, why not? But then, he said, because I want to start getting close to Kaylee. Then I obviously saw it as a red flag. And so I just straight up told him, dude, she's my girlfriend, not yours. You need to chill. And so after that, I didn't really see much more signs besides him wanting to go out with me more and more, and it like got weirder and weirder, which kind of creeped me out, but I was also happy to finally hang out with him like more often. Well, at some point after around 3 months of me and Kaylee together, we decided to break up after a really bad fight. Honeymoon phase was over. We were kind of getting tired of each other. Not really on my part, but more on her part. I will have to say that. And I was not that happy about the breakup, obviously. But what I heard next really got my blood boiling. So, around 2 weeks after the breakup, I was still devastated. A mutual friend of me and my best friend, her name was Noam, she decided to tell me. She just came up to me one day and was like, yo, did you know that Ariel got a girlfriend? And I was like, whoa, that's sick. He got the girl he wanted because he always kept talking to me about a girl that, that's why he wanted to go out so much, to impress that girl. And so I was like, at first I was like kind of happy. And so I asked her, well, who is she? And she told me it's Kaylee, but isn't that your ex? Then I started piecing stuff together. I was obviously shocked, but I started piecing stuff together. Which I was obviously way more blind to the signs before. Way more blind than I should have been. And I've kind of figured it out. And she told me that she was like, remember the screensaver that you had? So apparently he actually uses the exact same photo, like the disrespect, like she actually agreed with me. And at first I was like, I kind of stopped hearing her at some point as she kept talking, because I kept piecing more and more stuff together and I was kind of too shocked. And then I asked her how much time have they been together? And she told me, well, they've been together for like 2.5 months now. Then I finally felt absolutely devastated. well, after I figured that out, I kind of tried to confront him about this, and he kind of just brushed it off. Like, who do you think you are, brushing stuff like this off? I got pissed at him and stopped talking to him, and if I'm being honest, I'm still pissed off at him for what he did, because what he did is not okay. But for now, he just acts like we're okay and tries to like kind of dab me up sometimes at school, which does piss me off, obviously. But since I'm in a high class, I cannot let my reputation be ruined, so I can't really do anything about it. And so that was the story of today, guys. And the moral of the story: don't be an asshole and steal your guy's girlfriend. Do not be that guy. If you are that kind of guy, I'm sorry to say this, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you're horrible. You're a horrible person if you think that is right, to steal your guy's girlfriend. Like, or any guy's girlfriend. No, I actually take that back, because there are some times that it's alright. Well, anyways, just be a good bro and never get with your guy's ex. That was the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed today's story. If you want some more stories like this, please make sure to put it down in the comments and consider liking and subscribing. I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting. I've been getting way more views and likes lately because of these types of videos, and I'm really appreciative of that. And so, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta!